When I have time, I like to bring you games you never heard of. I dare to bet that this is one of these. This is Alpha Spectrum. To keep it simple, it's a mixture of a world clearly inspired by Deus Ex, combined with a combat system like Diablo, but more deliberate, combined with immersive sim elements and player choices. The demo I played is the opening of the game, so what I can tell you is really just the setup. You play a woman with psionic powers on her first days working for the CIA. Except here, the CIA isn't the spy agency you're picturing. It's the Cybersecurity and Interconnection Agency, because in this 2030, basically everything runs on the Internet of Things. A big cyber attack has just hit, and your job is to start digging into who's behind it. The loop is built around its story, and even in the short slice I played, it let me handle things my own way. Early on, there's a hostage situation, and you can stun the guy holding them, or you can just kill him. Stealth or guns blazing, your call. It also wasn't holding my hand. There were no big glowing markers pointing me at the objective. I had to look around the area and work out where to go myself. The developer's whole pitch is about letting you approach things your own way. It's a single dev though, so you'll end up in a lot of combat situations, but having some options is a nice touch. Combat is where that deliberate Diablo line comes from. You're not just clicking on enemies until they drop. You're using psionic abilities. The game has things like a freeze that locks down a whole group, or a blast that knocks a line of them back. And where you're standing and when you trigger them makes a difference. There's a talent tree on top of that, so you unlock more abilities and adjust how you fight as you go. If these are the kinds of games you come here for, subscribing really does help me find more of them. The full game isn't one big open map either. It's a set of separate places you fast travel between, spread across the globe. You'll head to cities like Moscow, Shanghai, and Baghdad. And the world fills in around you through things like in-game newspapers and a TV news anchor reacting to the story. The dialogue's also fully voice-acted. Every conversation I had in the demo was voiced, and that's supposed to hold across the whole game. You don't see that on a project this small very often. Through all of this, just keep in mind that everything I just talked about was made by one person. One developer, a longtime Deus Ex fan and modder who spent something like 8 years building this in his spare time with no publisher and no funding behind him. That's why you probably haven't heard of it. So that's Alpha Spectrum. I like games that try something completely different. It definitely lacks a bit of polish, but that's what you can expect from a solo developer. That said, it's not out yet, so the final product will still improve. What I played was only the demo, that opening stretch, and the full game is aiming for September this year, somewhere around 12 to 18 hours. If a top-down spin on something like Deus Ex sounds like your thing, this is one worth keeping an eye on. And if you're here for some RPG goodness you can actually play right now, I've got videos on Gothic and Fatekeeper waiting for you.